Let's move on to the NL, and we'll start with the NL East.
National League East, top position player, Bryce Harper. 1 UCL. He's got a torn UCL, and what he's doing has been spectacular. Coming off an MVP season, he's just continued to be fantastic. And the Phillies are starting to turn a corner. They're playing well. They went in and almost swept the Dodgers in a 4-game set at Dodger Stadium. They end up blowing it and losing on Sunday. But still, a really good series. Bryce Harper has been phenomenal this year. Top position player, NL East, Bryce Harper. The pitcher. This is a surprising one because I like looking at the ones that it's okay at the beginning of the year. There's certain ones that are no-brainers. NL East top pitcher, it's going to be Jacob deGrom. And if he's hurt, God forbid he hasn't pitched, it's going to be Max Scherzer. No, that is not the case. In the NL East, the top pitcher, Pablo López. He has been phenomenal. Lights out. In his latest start, 7 innings pitched, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 11 Ks, which was a career high. His stuff is moving all over the place. It is fun watching him pitch. I told you, we're going to have fun this episode. Whether you like it or not, that's what we're going to do. And Pablo López is fun. He has a 1.05 ERA, lowest for a Marlins pitcher through his first 7 starts of a season. Continues to throw his changeup at a career high rate to get great results. That's what jumped out to me the other day. I was watching him pitch, and his changeup it just drops off a table. In the baseball world, that's called a Bugs Bunny changeup. It's just nasty. The more I think about it, I don't know why we call it a Bugs Bunny changeup. Maybe because
it's cartoonish?
No, I don't know. I don't want to speculate, but it is, and it's called a Bugs Bunny changeup, and he has one.
This is one thing that I absolutely love about baseball compared to a lot of other sports. I think the NFL kind of has it too with undrafted free agents and stuff like that. But in baseball, year to year, you know who the stars are going to be. And then there's always a bunch of guys that really, really surprise you. You don't know who it's going to be, like for Taylor Ward, Pablo López.
Yeah.
It's just so impressive. And like the way these guys have to grind for years and years and people not knowing who they are. And then they have a big uprising. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
I hope everyone can just appreciate what he's doing because he's killing it.
Yeah. It's been really cool. So we've covered 2 teams, Bryce Harper, Phillies, Pablo López, Marlins. Now we're going to cover a third for the best team in the NL East, the New York Mets. The Mets have been fantastic, and the Mets aren't going to Met. That saying needs to go because this team is the real deal. Steve Cohen has built a fantastic team that does it all. They pitch really well, and then you have guys go down and get hurt like Jacob deGrom, and you have other guys step up, Tyler McGill, Chris Bassett. Like the names go on in that rotation. It's been really good. Their offense has been good. When one guy, that's why this team is good this year. You know, in previous years when Pete Alonso struggled, the Mets weren't good. And then you bring in Francisco Lindor, and he didn't have a great year last year. So then they're just not very good. Or they have the potential to blow a good lead in the division. This year, there's just a ton of other guys that are capable of producing. And when one guy isn't hitting well, others are stepping up and being really good. Jeff McNeil, who's a friend of the show, by the way, early on, friend of the pod, has been really good this year. And the new guys have been awesome. The New York Mets are really good. Edwin Diaz in the back of that bullpen. When he comes into pitch, the trumpets start playing. People in the stands start playing the trumpet, and then you start realizing nobody really knows what a trumpet is because people in the stands are like, it's not a trumpet. I don't know what they think they're playing, but when he comes in, it has been electric. And the Mets are electric. Baseball in Queens is back. New York Mets, best team in the NL East.
No complaints there. The Mets are absolutely great. Yeah, Edwin Diaz, big fan.
I'm serious. If you haven't watched, when Edwin Diaz comes in the game, it's like some people are playing a harmonica, some are playing the guitar. It's like, do people know what a trumpet is? they're playing his song, and they show people in the stands, and it's like, what are you guys doing?
No, and
sorry, I had to go off on a little.
If people haven't seen it, please look up the video of his intro, because it really is absolutely electric. It's just perfect for the entire situation. Let's move on over to the NL Central.
NL Central, top position player, Nolan Arenado. His name is up there for MVP right now, in my opinion. He's come over, and this is what I love. I love that he's having the success that he is, because he comes over from Denver last year. He's on the Cardinals, obviously, last year. And he was good, but he's great this year. And I just love it because there were so many people that were saying the Coors Field effect, he's not going to be near as good. He has been phenomenal. He won NL Player of the Month for April. Arenado's the first Cardinals third baseman to win since Ken Reitz. I don't know. Sorry, Ken. From May of 1977. This is the third time Arenado has won the award. He did it in 15 and 17. So this is his first time with the Cardinals. Nolan Arenado this year has been fantastic. And I hope they're going to duke it out in the NL for MVP, and his name will be in contention there. For pitcher, best pitcher in the NL Central, I'm throwing a curveball at you. Reliever, closer, Josh Hader. I'm going to throw another curveball at you. Josh Hader could win the MVP this year. He's going to be in that MVP conversation. He is doing stuff that has never been done before as a closer. He has now come in to 14 games. He has 14 saves. So every game that he has appeared in, he got the save. Also, another piece of history. History for Josh Hader as he reaches 500 career strikeouts. He did it in 293 and 2/3 innings, making him the second fastest in history to that milestone. Josh Hader is doing fantastic things. I believe his streak of coming into games and every game he comes in getting a save is the top in history. It is the longest streak in history to start the year. He's been lights out. And you might think I'm kidding. His name can be in that MVP discussion. I really believe that. What Josh Hader is doing is historic. It is dominant. It's dominance he is hands down the best closer in baseball, but it's not even a discussion. When he comes in, it's game over. He has been proving that this year, quite literally. Every game he has come in, it is game over. Every single game. It could be crazy. I know a closer, we haven't had this discussion really since, Zach Britton with the Orioles back years ago, but it's not out of the realm of possibility.
I think it's a little out of the realm of possibility. He is absolutely fantastic, though. I get what you're saying, but it's hard to bring someone in that has at the end of the year, if you have 50 saves, that's considered a tremendous season. Yeah. I mean, how many saves does he have to get for you to be like, yeah, if I have a MVP ballot, I'd vote for him? If he goes perfect, right? If he doesn't blow a save all year, he continues to be as dominant as he is right now, and the Brewers are good, and I know this doesn't matter. I do think they have to do some damage in the playoffs. I think they have to get into the playoffs. I think they have to make a little bit of a push, and then I think there's a chance. I know it's low probability. I'm not saying right now he has just as good of a chance as Nolan Arenado. No. But he's doing historic things, and those matter in terms of MVP voting. Yes, having a perfect season as a closer is a great thing that matters. But doing historic things along the way, breaking the all-time record for consecutive outings that you come in on that you do record the save, that stuff does matter. And I'm not going to say Josh Hader has a 50-50 chance at this point of winning the MVP award. It might be a 5% chance. But the fact that we are talking about a closer being in that discussion, and although it's me talking about it, I came up with that. But the fact that we are able to even think about it is pretty cool. For me, Josh Hader, hands down, best pitcher in the NL Central. And best team
is his team. We're going to stick with the Milwaukee Brewers. Their entire pitching staff. I could have gone with any one of those. I was thinking of a big word to go with there. I almost went with plethora, but I decided against it. Just FYI.
Just in case you forgot what it meant.
No, I just wanted to make sure. Yeah, whatever. I could have gone with a cornucopia of guys there. I could have gone Corbin Burns. I could have gone Freddie Peralta at this point in this year, and Josh Hader has been phenomenal. So the Brewers live and die with this pitching staff. From the top three in that rotation, Burns, Woodruff, Peralta, back into that bullpen, Devin Williams, Josh Hader. That's what this team is built around. And then when they start hitting, oh man, that's what takes them to that next level. So that's what I think is cool about the Brewers. I don't know if it's a recipe for success in the playoffs, and they haven't yet proven that. But what's cool about this team in the regular season is their pitching staff is good enough no matter what, that they're not going to go on like awful skids, bad stretches. Like I think when the offense isn't playing well, this pitching rotation has the ability to make them a 500 team when the offense isn't playing well. And then when the offense is rolling, like we saw for a stretch over the course of the last couple of weeks, then they're one of the best teams in baseball at that time. That's what I think makes the Brewers good, is they're never going to go through awful stretches, and when they hit, they're really, really good. Brewers' best team in the NL Central.
Yeah, it's hard to go against that. I think last year we saw that in the playoffs where we were going through your bracket trying to figure it out, and the one theme that you had in your mind is you're like, I think this is the year that pitching is dominant again, and that's kind of how you went through the bracket. And then instantly after 2 games, it was like, nope, it's all offense.
Yeah, and that was, I was wondering, like, is there a shift in playoff baseball? And that's right around the time we had Alex Avila on the show, and I asked him that because I've always said pitching wins in the playoffs, and the Brewers aren't winning in the playoffs, and the White Sox, who had a great rotation, weren't winning in the playoffs. Obviously, they lost to what turned out to be the AL champs, and Avila said no, that is what wins in the playoffs. So I at least felt good about that. Let's move on. Yeah. Let's move on to the NL West and talk position player first up. Right now, this is Nolan Arenado's competition for MVP. Manny Machado has been great. There's no, you can use any adjective you want there. When Fernando Tatis goes down and you start worrying about the Padres, you needed to get production elsewhere, and Manny Machado has been that guy that not only stepped up and was good for Manny Machado, he has been above. I mean, he is hitting everything hard at this point. He's playing good defense. What Manny Machado has done this year has been fantastic for the Padres, and I have said they just need to tread water until Tatis comes back, and he is a big reason that they are doing just that. So Manny Machado, top position player in the NL West, and probably if we were doing this, if we were to do top NL position player, it would probably be him right now to this point. Really, really, really good out there. Pitcher, top pitcher in the NL West, Zac Gallen. The name that nobody, what you were talking about earlier, the name that, guys that just step up, and I don't want to say come out of nowhere because he's been really good, but guys that you don't think about that just step up and now they're here. The best pitcher in a division to this point that has the Dodgers and has that great rotation. He's been awesome. Zac Gallen is a 0.95 ERA. It's the lowest by a starting pitcher in his first 5 starts of a season in Diamondbacks history. He's been a lot of fun. So have the Diamondbacks, by the way. Credit to them for being where they are at this point in the year. With a roster that nobody thought would compete with the best teams in the division, they are. They're winning series against the Dodgers. They're above 500. It's been a lot of fun to watch them. Zac Gallen's a big reason, a big part of that. Top pitcher NL West is him. All right, rounding this all out, we're finishing up in the NL West. We're finishing up with the best team. Yeah, I didn't overthink this one. The Los Angeles Dodgers are the best team in the NL West. Now, first place out there is fluctuating. Padres, Dodgers, Giants are up there, but it's the Dodgers. They're the best team in the NL West. full roster. They have a full roster. It's complete. They have a great offense. They have a good pitching staff. They're the best team in the NL West, Conrad. I don't know what else I can tell you. That one was pretty simple for me. I didn't overthink it.
It's not really that close if you're looking at the numbers. I mean, a plus 81 run differential. I mean, they've only allowed 117 runs this season, the second highest in the division.
I mean, they're pitching. We were talking about the offense coming into the year. You add Freddie Freeman. We talk about, oh my God, this offense is going to be fantastic. Now, the lineup is fantastic, but you have guys in the lineup that are underperforming what they should be, but it's still been good. This has been the rotation. The Dodgers' rotation is what's been spectacular. And that's why they're the best team in the NL West. That's why they are one of the best teams in baseball right now and will continue to be all year long because they have that fantastic lineup and now their pitching is doing what it's doing. It's incredible.
Thanks for watching. If you love flipping bats, swinging 3-0, or just talking ball, join us. Call us at 213-537-9339 with your questions. We have a weekly guest, and we have a lot of fun, so hit that subscribe button.